श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। Hare Krishna. So we are going to start with the 18th chapter. So we have been discussing till now from the Bhagavad Gita chapter 13 onwards. So we saw in the 13th chapter there was this whole thing was about Jnana Yoga, and we saw how in the 13th chapter there are description about the questions of Arjuna and then answers of Krishna about the basically three modes. And 14th chapter, uh, Krishna continued more elaboration on the contents of the three modes of material nature and what are their characteristics that were described of all three: goodness, passion, ignorance. And 15th chapter, Krishna described about the banyan tree of the material world, Ashwathamenam Suvirudh Moolam. That was described how it is very tightly bound. The attachment is very tightly bound to this material world, and the only the way out is the acts of detachment. Mm. Asanga Shastrena Dridhena Chitva. So Krishna described how by detachment one can come out. And then it also described about the fruits, different kinds of fruits of the different modes of material nature in the 15th chapter. And then 16th chapter, there was more description about the person who is in the characteristics of the modes of passion, ignorance, and more about those who are asuri pravritti, those who are in the modes of passion and ignorance. Those they are called demoniac. So that was described in the 16th chapter. And at the end of the 16th chapter, then Krishna said that one should follow the Shastras, and one who does not follow, what happens? So he said, yes, Shastra Vidim Utsrijya Vartate Kama Karata. So he will act based on his own karma, his own desires, whatever he has, his own, basically, whatever his association has been in the modes of material nature, he acts based on that. Vartate Kam Karatah, na sa siddhim avapnoti, he will not attain perfection, na sukham, not attain happiness in this life also, na param gatim, and not attain higher gati also, higher destination also, like that. So hearing this, Arjuna asked in the 17th chapter the question that how, what will be the status, or what will be the destination of those people who don't give up Shastra fully, but they have faith in the Swabhavajam Shraddha. They have, basically, they have faith in their own Swabhava, which has been brought up by the association of three modes. They don't exactly follow Shastra, but they are still in the purview of the Shastra. they are not following the recommendation of Vishnu worship, but they may worship some demigod, which are also accommodated in the Shastra. What happens to them? So again, Krishna described about them, and also described about the characteristics of the three modes, in the sense that what they like, what kind of austerity do they do, what kind of speech they have. All that was described in the 17th chapter. Again, Krishna concluded with the same thing. The last section we saw, 23 to 28, about Om, Tat, and Sat. That how this is a very important thing, and all three refer to Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But they have different realizations. Some may have the Brahman realization, some has the Paramatma realization, some has Bhagavan realization. But all of them actually are like following the Shastra, and one who follows the Shastra will attain the liberation and the final destination. And now we are going to begin with the 18th chapter. So this is the summary basically. The 18th chapter is summary of the whole Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna is summarizing. First 10 verses he will summarize the six chapters, Karma Yoga. And the verses, not 10 verses, 12 verses. Yeah, first 12 verses. Yeah, first 12 verses. The summary of the chapter 1 to 6 will be given. And 13 onwards, the Gyan Yoga summary will be given. Basically, chapter 13 to 17, like that. Yeah, so the title of this chapter given by Srila Prabhupada is Conclusion, the Perfection of Renunciation. The Perfection of Renunciation. And title given by Acharya's previous Acharya is Moksha Yoga. The yoga by which one can get moksha. Okay. So first section we are going to see the summary of the chapter 1 to 6, the Karma section, the Karma Yoga section. So this will be from verse 1 to 12. Arjuna Uvacha Sannyasya Mahabaho Tattvam Ichhami Veditum Tyagasya Cha Rishikesha Prithak Keshi Nisudana. Yes, Pratik Prabhu, want to read?
Hare Krishna. Yes, Raj. Arjun said, Arjuna Vacha, O mighty armed one, Mahabaho, O master of the senses, Rishikesha, O killer of the Keshi demon, Keshi Nisudana, I wish to understand Ichhami Veditum separately, Prithak, the truth, Tattvam of the renounced order of life, Sannyasasya, and of renunciation, Tyagasya cha.
Yeah. So now Arjuna is asking this question by addressing Krishna as Mahabaho. So later we will see Krishna also will address Arjuna, and also previously Krishna has addressed Arjuna as Mahabaho. And here Arjuna is addressing Krishna Mahabaho. The reason purport we will see it. So he is saying, "O Rishikesh, master of the senses, Ichhami Veditum, kindly speak to me because I have this desire for what? Tattvam, to know the Tattva, the truth. About what? The Sannyasya and Tyagasya cha. The truth about the sannyas and tyaga. The renunciation basically is the tyag or have giving up, that is called renunciation, and sannyasa, that is the sannyas ashram, renounced order of life. So these two things Arjuna is asking. Okay, so the first one is sannyasa. What is sannyas, and how is it same or different as tyaga? Okay, these are the two questions Arjuna has asked. Yeah, please read.
Actually, the Bhagavad Gita is finished in 17th chapter, 17 chapters. The 18th chapter is a supplementary summarization of the topics discussed before. In every chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna stresses that devotional service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the ultimate goal of life. This same point is summarized in the 18th chapter as the most confidential path of knowledge. In the first six chapters, stress was given to devotional service, yoginam api sarvesham. Of all the yogis or transcendentalists, one who always thinks of me within himself is best. In the next six chapters, pure devotional service and its nature and activity were discussed.
Yeah, so Prabhupada is saying what happened till now in the whole first 17 chapters. Basically, Bhagavad Gita it got over in 17 chapters. 18th chapter is just the supplementary summarization, basically. So at the end, there is summarization of the topics discussed before. So every chapter Prabhupada is saying is that focus on the Lord Krishna being the supreme personality of Godhead. Okay, and service unto him. Okay, so and we can see that in all of the Prabhupada purports, whether it be Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, or even Bhakti Yoga, surely. So Prabhupada is giving that focus in every purport. Yeah. Because practically speaking, there are no actual Karma Yogi and Jnana Yogi, those which are like Vedic followers. They are not present as such in this part, in this time of Kali Yuga. Okay, so the same point is summarized in the chapter as the most confidential path. What is most confidential path? Bhakti Yoga, Raj Vidya, Raj Guhyam, Pavitram Idam Uttamam. Okay, so this is the Bhakti Yoga path. And what happened in the first six chapters? Stress was given to devotional service. How? Yoginam api sarvesham madgatin antaratmana. So he said in the sixth chapter, last verse. Okay, 6.47. Okay, of all yogis or transcendentalists, one who always thinks of me. Same yukta tamo mataha. He is always best. Yukta tamah. Okay, yoginam api sarvesham. Matgaten antaratmana. He always thinking of me in within him. Shraddhavan bhajte yomam. So he is always Shraddhavan. And he always does what? Bhajate yo mam. He does my bhajan. Like that. So this was the first six chapters. And the next six chapters, that is basically 7 to 12 here. Pure devotional service Bhakti Yoga was specifically described along with its nature and activity. Yeah, continue.
In the third six chapters, knowledge, renunciation, the activities of material nature and transcendental nature, and devotional service were described. It was concluded that all the acts should be performed in conjunction with the Supreme Lord, represented by the words Om Tat Sat, which indicate Vishnu, the Supreme Person. The third part of Bhagavad Gita has shown that devotional service and nothing else is ultimate purpose of life. This has been established by citing past acharyas and Brahma Sutra and Vedanta Sutra. Certain impersonalists consider themselves to have a monopoly on the knowledge of Vedanta Sutra, but actually the Vedanta Sutra is meant for understanding devotional service. For the Lord himself is the composer of the Vedanta Sutra and he is its knower. That is described in 15th chapter. In every scripture, every Veda, devotional service is objective. That is explained in Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah. So that's what. Now the next six chapter, basically 13 to 18. Here Prabhupada is saying that knowledge, renunciation, the activities of material nature and transcendental nature, and devotional service were described. So everywhere Prabhupada is saying that how Bhakti Yoga was concluded with, and then this last part, Om Tat Sat, that indicates Lord Vishnu. That was also described in the 17th chapter, basically. The end of the last session we saw that. Okay. And this third part of Bhagavad Gita, that it showed that devotional service is highest, and even Vedant Sutra. The purpose of Vedant Sutra is to understand the devotional service is highest. Actually, that's what is said here. Yeah. So everywhere the objective is devotional service. Yeah. Yeah. Continue.
In the second chapter, a synopsis of whole subject matter was described. In 18th chapter, also the summary of all instruction is given. The purpose of life is indicated by indicated to be renunciation and attainment of the transcendental position above the three material modes of nature. Arjun wants to clarify the two distinct subject matter of Bhagavad Gita, namely renunciation, tyag, and the renounced order of life, sannyas. Thus, he is asking the meaning of these two words. Two words used in this verse to address the Supreme Lord, Rishikesh and Keshi Nisudan, are significant.
Yeah. So here, yeah. Okay. So he's saying in the second chapter, a synopsis of the whole subject matter was already given, actually. Second chapter is described about uh, the how karma yoga one practices to go to Swarga, and also it was describing about the Sthita Prajna, the practitioner of Gyan Yoga, Sthita Prajna, that was described. So Bhakti Yoga was also described in the second chapter. So that was already a summary. And at the end also now 18th chapter, Krishna is giving a summary again. Okay. So the way the question was asked by Arjuna, it was indicating to ask about sannyas and tyaga. And then Krishna is again he's saying what he told in the sixth and fifth and third chapters actually. Yeah, so purpose of life is indicated to be renunciation, that is moksha. That's why the chapter title is Moksha Yoga. And then later, the final conclusion also will come Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tvam Sarva Papabhyo Moksha Ishyami Masuchaha. So that moksha is indicated to be the final in goal of one's life. Okay, Dharma, Artha, Kama, and then moksha, like that. Yeah, and attainment of the transcendental position above the three modes. Yeah, so Arjuna wants to clarify two subject matters as we discussed, Tyaga and Sannyas. What is the difference? What is similarity? Yeah, so yes, okay. Yeah, continue.
Rishikesh is Krishna and the master of all senses, who can always help us attain mental serenity. Arjun requests him to summarize everything in such a way that he can remain equipoised. Yet he has some doubts, and doubts are always compared to demons. He therefore addressed Krishna as Keshi Nisudan. Keshi was a most formidable demon who was killed by the Lord. Now Arjun is expecting Krishna to kill the demon of doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, so whatever doubts he has, will be answered by Krishna. Okay. Yeah. So we will read Srila Vishwanath Thakur's commentary part. Yeah. Yeah, please read this.
The 18th chapter speaks of the three types of sannyas, jnana, and karma, defines liberation, and indicates bhakti as the highest secret of all. You stated in previous chapter, uttering the word tad without seeking results, sacrifices, austerities, and charities are performed by those with desire for liberation and from the atat material world. These with a desire for liberation, those with the desire of liberation are sannyasis, but there seems to be others who are detached from all the results of their work, as mentioned by you when you said sarva karma phala tyagam tatah kuru yata yatatmavan. Give up all the results of your work with great attention. What is the tyaga of these others? Wanting to know the distinction, Arjun asked a question in this verse.
Yeah, so Vishwanath Thakur is saying that here there are three types of sannyas being spoken. S- and what else? Jnana and karma. This is another topic of this chapter. And then also this chapter speaks about liberation. Okay. And also it indicates bhakti as the highest secret of all, and that will be at the end of the chapter. Okay, like Sarvadharman Parityaja, Manmana Bhava Madbhakto, all these shlokas will describe that bhakti is the highest secret of all. Okay, so now putting the whole thing in context, how what happened in last chapter. So Vishwanath Thakur is saying you stated in the previous chapter about the word tat. Okay, and you also said without seeking results like sacrifices, austerities, charities are performed by those with desire for liberation, moksha kanksha. So two times this word came in the 17th chapter. Okay, the one who is desire of moksha, mukti. Okay, like that. So from the atat, that is asat also, that which is not Satchidananda, material world. Okay, so the desire for liberation from this material world, basically. So those with a desire for liberation are sannyasis. So this is first. Okay, so those with the desire for liberation are the sannyasis. But there seems to be others who are detached from the results. of their work, as mentioned by you when you said sarva karma phala tyagam. Okay, all this. Give up all the results of your work with great attention. What is this? What is the tyag of these others? So they have not given up the work. Action they have not given up. But what they have given up is the results. That is the meaning of this question. So first category is what? They have sorry. They have given up work. They have also given up the results. Okay. So these are called sannyasis. This is first category. This is the second category. Who is Nishkam Karmi? He has not given work, the work, but he has given up results itself. Okay, he's not attached to the results. This is second category. So, and what is the term for this? Tyaga. Okay, what is the tyag of this? Okay, so here there is first time where Vishwanath Thakur is bringing out a differentiation between a sannyas and a tyaga. Okay. Karmanam nyasam iti sannyasam. That fifth chapter. In the beginning, it was told. Karmanam nyasam. Then one who gives up the karma itself, he is a sannyasi, like that. Nacha agni nacha kriya. He doesn't light up fire, nor does he do any activity like that. Any activity means no activity for gaining the results or fruits like that. Obviously, he has to do activity for maintaining his body. Yeah, so like that. So nacha agni nacha kriya. That is person is called a sannyasi. That is the definition of sannyas. Whereas tyaga here he is saying as that he has not given up the work, but the results have been given up. The attachment to the results is not there. Okay. Now wanting to know the differentiation, Arjuna asked this question. Yeah, please read.
If the word if the words sannyas and tag have different meanings, I desire to know the distinct essence of these two. But if they mean the same thing, y- in your opinion or others' opinion, I desire to know what is that one meaning as well. O controller of the senses, Rishikesh, you have made this doubt arise in me since you are the instigator of my intelligence. O killer of Keshi Nisudana, you will kill this doubt of mine just as you killed Keshi. O mighty armed one, Mahabahu, you have great strength in your arms, and I have insignificant strength in my arms. You have become friendly with an expansion such as me, rather than with your other expansions with vast knowledge. Therefore, I am not afraid to ask this question, since you have become somewhat friendly with me.
Yeah. So basically, he's asking the difference between sannyas and tyag according to your opinion. Okay, this is first thing. And then according to others' opinion, and Krishna will speak both now. First, he will speak about others' opinion, then he will speak about his own opinion. Okay, like that. Yeah, other things are okay. Okay. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha काम्याणां कर्मणां न्यासं संन्यासं कवयो विदुः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं प्राहुस्त्यागं विचक्षणाः. Yeah, Mithuru, you want to read?
Can you hear me, Prabhuji?
Yeah, yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
And
Krishna.
the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, the giving up of activities performed with desire is what the learned know as the renounced order of life, and the giving up of the results of all activities is what the experienced call renunciation.
Yeah, thank you. So now here is saying that two things. Kamyanam karmanam nyasam. Okay, kamyanam is what? Kamya karma. Kamya karma means that activity which is done with some desire or with some motive of gaining a result. That's called kamya karma. So kamyanam karmanam, such activities with a motive or a desire to get some results, nyasam, giving up that kind of thing, sannyasam kavayo vidu is called sannyas. Okay, so giving up activities performed with desire is called sannyas. Okay, this is the first part, that what is sannyas. So Arjuna's first question is answered. Okay, but not fully answered. Okay, so first part is this, that giving up the desire uh, activities performed with desire. Yeah, giving up the activities performed with a desire or with a motive is called sannyas. Okay, sarva karma phala tyagam. Okay, sarva karma phala tyag. Okay, to give up sarva karma phala, all activities phala tyag, means to give up the fruits of all the kinds of activities. Rahu is called tyagam vichakshana by the people who are of intelligence, good intelligence, or experienced. Yes. So here what Prabhupada is saying, the giving up of the results of all activities, sarva karma phala tyagam. Okay, that is called tyaga. Okay, so this is not Krishna's opinion. Okay, he has mentioned two words here, viduhu and vichakshanaha. So these are others' opinion. Okay, so that is one thing to be noted. Krishna will give his opinion after few verses. Okay, yeah, please read.
The performance of activities for results has to be given up. This is the instruction of Bhagavad Gita. But activities leading to advanced spiritual knowledge are not to be given up. This will be made clear in the next verses. In the Vedic literature, there are many prescriptions of methods for performing sacrifice for some particular purpose. There are certain sacrifices to perform to attain a good son or to attain elevation to the higher planets. But sacrifices prompted by desire should be stopped. However, sacrifice for the purification of one's heart or for advancement in the spiritual science should not be given up.
Yeah, so Prabhupada is expanding the sannyas and the tyaga. What is the difference? So first he is saying performance of activities for results. So kamyanam karmanam. So this was the terms used for sannyas basically. Okay, activities for results. So kamyanam karmanam has to be given up. Okay, this is the instruction of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so that means the Bhagavad Gita recommends to adapt the mentality or a lifestyle to the extent possible of a the sannyasi. What is the lifestyle or what is the mentality? The mentality of not being attached to the results. Okay.
Very difficult.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Sorry,
doing
Prabhu.
the activities with the motive in the mind. Yeah, that's what Prabhupada is saying. So that's why here he is saying what is that point? Yeah. So he gave the example that how actually one does the karma, kanda, or sakam karma basically. The sakam karma. Sakam means with some ulterior motives or with the motive of gaining some enjoyment, bhukti or mukti, like that. Sakama karma, going to heaven, that is the main desire, like higher planets Prabhupada is saying. However, sacrifice for the purification of one's heart, what is that? Nishkam karma. So Nishkam means, what is Nishkam there? Nishkam is the basically not doing the activity with the motive of results. Results may come, but one is not attached to the such kind of activity because the results are going to come. That is called Nishkam karma. He will do the activity, but he will not be attached to results. But what happens then? The purification of heart takes place. What happens by purification of heart? One is qualified for Gyan Yoga. Okay, that was described in the fifth chapter. Okay, that how one qualifies once for oneself for Gyan Yoga is by uh, doing Nishkama Karma. Or for advancement in spiritual science, one science should not be given up. Okay, the sacrifice for purification of heart or for advancement in spiritual science should not be given up. So if one is on the path of Bhakti Yoga, okay, this was like for Gyan Yoga path. One should do Nishkam Karma Yoga, then one will reach to Gyan Yoga, qualified for Gyan Yoga. But if one is on the path of bhakti yoga, then this purification of heart automatically happens by bhakti. Anartha nivritti is a part of the bhakti yoga itself, right? There is no separate endeavor to be done. So for them, what is to be done? So Prabhupada is saying sacrifice for advancement in bhakti should not be given up. So whatever is favorable for bhakti, that should be done like that. So that's what Prabhupada is saying here. Activities leading to advanced spiritual knowledge are not to be given up. So that is the point made here also. Okay, this will be made clear in next verses also. Yeah. Yeah, please read this.
Taking up the former idea first, the Lord explains the different
Yeah, former
derivation.
idea, just 1 minute. Yeah, former idea is what? The idea of sannyas basically.
Sannyas, yeah.
Yeah, continue.
The Lord explains the different derivations of two words. To renounce, nyasa, at the very root activities performed for fulfilling personal desires, kamyanam karmanam, is called sannyasa. Personal desires are indicated in such statements as the following: Putra kamo yajeta, swarga kamo yajeta. One with a desire for a son should worship. One with desire for swarga should worship. This does not mean that one should reject daily obligatory activities, nitya karma, such as sandhya worship.
Yeah. So basically, the derivation of the word sannyas, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, the first is sannyas derivation. He is expanding on that. Okay, so what is that? So karmanam nyasam iti sannyasam, like that he said. Okay, kamyanam karmanam sannyasam, basically. Kamyanam karmanam means those karmas which are performed with a motive or with a desire to attain something. Giving up that is called sannyas, the very simple thing. Example is given of what Prabhupada told in simple words, going to heaven. Here example is given. Yeah, continue.
Nitya nitya karmas are activities ordered by the scriptures as obligatory for certain persons. Kamya karmas are activities described in the scriptures for persons having certain desires, such as desires for wealth or sons. These are not obligatory for anyone, but are performed according to personal desire. Tyaga means that one should give up the results of all activities in performance of actions with personal desire, kamya karma, or in performance of obligatory actions, nitya karma, rather than to give up those activities completely. For the Shrutis also promise results even for the obligatory actions, nitya karma, karmana pitraloka. By the obligatory actions, one goes to pitraloka, Brahma,
Brihad Aranyak.
Brahad Aranya Upanishad. Dharmena papam apanudati. By following dharma, one eradicates sin. Mahanarayana, Mahanarayana Upanishad.
Yeah. Okay, so there is footnote by Bhanuswami Maharaj. So Nitya karmas are activities ordered by scriptures as obligatory duties for certain persons, like somebody is in the uh, Brahmana. So for a Brahmana, he has to do Trikala Sandhya, like that. So that is Nitya karma. And Kama karmas are activities described in the scriptures for persons having certain desires, such as desire for wealth or sons, like that. Like it was told previously in the last time, going for the heaven or wanting a beautiful husband, wanting a beautiful wife, all these things, they have personal some particular deities to be worshipped, particular process to be followed, like that. So these are not obligatory for anyone, which are not kama karmas. Okay. Whereas nitya karmas are obligatory duties. As per their varna and ashrama, they have to do it. Okay. Mm. Yeah. But are performed according to personal desire. So what is performed according to personal desire? Kam karma. That's why the word is kamya. According to one's desire, kama. Kamana. Okay. Now the second definition. So previously the first definition of sannyas was given. Now the tyaga, that is being elaborated by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. What is tyaga? Tyaga means that one should give up the results of all activities. Okay. In performance of actions with personal desire, kamya karma, or in performance of obligatory actions also, rather than to give up those activities completely. So here again, the activities are not given up or the work is not given up. Okay. But the uh, result or the fruit that is given up. Okay. Of which kind of activities? Not only kama karma, but also of nitya karma. Okay. So that is the difference. So what happened in sannyas here? What was given up? The activity word I used. Okay. So what was not given up? Activity was not given up. Okay. Whereas what was given up here also, the result of the activity was given. Okay. But result of which kind of activity? Result of the kamya karma. Okay. That was given up. Okay. Activity was not given up. Okay. Whereas here result of which activity is given up? The result of both nitya and kamya. Okay. Both are given up. Okay. So here we have nitya karma and here we have kamya karma. Okay. Both the actions are being done, but the personal desire for getting some result, the results of all activities. These all activities include both nitya and kamya. Okay. Karma. So results of all the activities are given up here. Okay. No desires of results from nitya as well as kama karma. Kama karma, the purpose itself is to do it with a desire. That's why the name is kama karma. Whereas nitya karma like sandhya vandanam or doing daily some worship activities or doing all the other nitya karma activities basically are also done without a desire to attain some result. Okay. That is called tyaga. Okay. Yeah. Please read.
Therefore, in Tyag, one should perform all kamya karmas and nitya karmas without seeking results. Whereas in sannyasa, one performs only obligatory duties, nitya karma, without the desire for results, and completely rejects rituals for personal gratification, kamya
Yeah.
karma.
Personal sense. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Continue.
This is the distinction of the two words sannyasa and tyaga.
Yeah, so now, okay, this end, yeah. So this is a result of the two words that was first sannyas, second is tyaga, which was told by Krishna in the first verse. So now in summary, Vishwanath Thakur is saying that with tyaga, that is the second one should perform all kama karmas as well as nitya karmas. So both actions he will do. Okay. So nitya karma as well as the kama karma, both he will do. Okay. Without seeking results of what? Both. Okay. So he will not seek the results of, he will give up the results of both of them. Okay, that is the meaning. And he has not given up the activities. Both the activities are not given up. Okay, that is called tyaga. That's what we saw. Whereas, what is the second part? Whereas in sannyas, this is the first one told by Krishna, one performs only obligatory duties, obligation which is there, like nitya karma, like that, without the desire for results. Okay, here also results desire is not there. Okay, and completely rejects rituals for personal gratification, completely rejects the kama karma. Okay, kama karma, kamyanam karmanam nyasam, it was told, right? So kama karma itself is given up. Okay, so there will be surely no seeking for, or the motive for seeking the result of the kama karma. The activity itself is given up. So where is the question of seeking the results of that activity? Okay, so results of kama karma are given up. Okay, and here activity is not given up means the nitya karma is not given up, and what is given up is kama karma. Okay, so kama karma is given up. Okay, so now what we can do is just make a chart here. Okay, and summarize this whatever we have discussed till now. Okay. Yeah. So what we have seen two descriptions or two terminologies told by Krishna. The first one was sannyas, and the second one was tyaga. Okay. And how many kinds of activities we have? The first one is the kama karma. And the second one is the
Nitya
nitya karma. Okay. What is kama karma? The duties or activities done for some personal gain with some motive like that. Okay, like getting a son, going to heaven, like that. Nitya karma, obligatory duties, obligation, like that. So let's say this is acts with a certain or specific desire. What with a particular desire they want to worship particular demigod or approach even supreme lord for this purpose. So in sannyas, whether kama karma, okay, here one more thing is there. We have to divide that into activity and the result. Activity and the result. Whether activity is given up or the result is given up or both are given up. Okay. So that also we have to here see. Okay. So this is about, yeah, this is about sannyas. Okay. So now, yeah, let's see. Yeah. So kama karma, whether the person gives up kama karma activity itself in sannyas.
Yes. Yes,
Mm,
Prabhu.
yeah. So that is the definition Krishna gave. Kamyanam karmanam nyasam iti sannyasam. Correct. So activity is given up. So are the results seeked there? Do they want results of that activity?
No.
No.
Okay. So instead of writing tick mark, it may not be clear, na? Yes, we can. Okay. So let's say here, yeah, that is given up. Yeah. So is the result being asked for, or is it given up?
Given up.
given up.
Yeah. So activity itself is given up. So where is the question of the seeking of results? So that is also not there. Okay. This is also given up. Okay. Yeah. Now coming to Tyaga. Whether Kama Karma activity is given up or it's done.
No.
Activity is not given up.
Yeah. So this is not given up. Yeah. And how about the results?
Are given up.
Given up. Yes.
Results are given up of the Kama Karma. Correct. Okay. And Nitya Karma now, obligatory duties. Are they done? The activity is done in sannyas?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is not given up. Ah, okay. And how about the results?
Given up.
Yeah, results are given up in this. Okay. Yeah. And in Tyaga now, what about Nitya Karma, obligatory duties? Are they given up or they are done?
Not
Done.
Okay. So they are not given up. Okay. And how about the result?
Given up.
given up.
Okay. Okay. Uh, so yeah. So we have now Nitya Karma in sannyas. The obligatory duties are not given up, but the Kamya Karma is given up. Correct. Okay. And the result, both are given up. Okay. Result of both the activities are given up. Surely the activity itself is given up, so there is no question of results in sannyas here. Okay. Yeah. And now coming to Tyaga. So Kamya Karma, that was not given up. Okay. And the result is given up. Activity was being continued. Okay. And this activity also, Nitya Karma, that was also not given up. Okay. So result of both of these are not given up, and activities are also not given up. So both activity are not given up, but the results of both are given up. So now the question is, which is higher? Is the sannyas higher or the practitioner of Tyaga is higher? Who is better situated? Who is more renounced person? Like that. So the first person,
Tyaga. Tyaga.
the first person, sannyas, who is doing sannyas, he has given up. What is the main difference between both? See here in this part, there is no difference. This and this are same. Sannyas or tyag, nitya karma, both are same. Correct. There is no comparison here. For both of them, they have not given up nitya karma, but given up the results of it. And tyag also not given up nitya karma and given up the results of it. Only difference is in kami karma. Correct. Now, kami karma, what is the difference? Sannyasi has given up the kami karma itself. The activity itself he has given up. And this person, Tyaga, who is doing, he has not given up the activity, but the results both have given up. So, who is higher?
Tyagi Prabhu.
Okay, Tyag is higher. Why?
Because
Both
although he's doing the
Tyag is,
work,
yeah, yeah.
he's not expecting anything.
He is not expecting anything, but he is doing work. So, why he is doing work? He is attached, right? That's why he is doing.
No, Prabhuji. As a
Then,
duty he's doing, or for as a duty, like a householder does his duty because he has to earn money for his family or
no, no,
for
this
society
is
also.
okay, yeah, yeah. This is kama karma. Activities like doing some worship to go to heaven or getting a son. They are not like, yeah, okay. It can be as a duty also, but some of them can be as a duty like getting a son or something. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anything else, Mataji? You want to say about sannyas? You wanted to say?
Sannyas, I think that Tyaga is more higher because
Hmm.
although they are doing so much effort they're putting, but they're not expecting anything from that. I think so.
Okay. 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 Anybody else? Yeah. We'll see answer after. We'll see in few verses. Yeah. As of now, what do you all think?
I think probably both are equal in the sense if they are engaged in devotional service.
No, no, we are not talking about devotional service till now. Now we are talking about those who are not practicing devotional service.
Hmm.
Till now, devotional service thing has not come.
Sannyas,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna. Prabhuji, as per my perspective, sannyas is a higher because he has given up the kamya karma.
Okay. Okay. So why he has given up kama karma?
Because he wants to practice nitya karma. He wants to focus fully on nitya karma only.
Okay. Okay. What if he is attached to like he is feeling attachment to kama karma, and still he has given up the activity, or he has given up the activity thinking that, oh, it is very difficult to do. Then
No, he has to given up the attachment actually. Activity he has to given up, but the real is attachment he has to given up with the kama karma. Then only he
okay,
called as a
okay,
sannyasi.
yeah, but I
The
am saying a
consciousness
case.
level.
I am saying,
Hmm.
yeah, what you said is correct. I am saying a case. Suppose he has given up the activity because it is very, very difficult to do. Then still
Then
he is
he's
higher.
then he's below than Tyaga, in my perspective.
Yeah, but but you told earlier that sannyas is higher.
Yeah, sannyasi is higher, but he should given up the attachment. That is the
That is not
understand.
yet written here anywhere. Attachment column has
That is
not
my
come.
understanding. That is
No,
my
no.
understanding too.
What you understand is correct. But I am saying just what is given in this chart. Attachment we have not brought it till now, na, in this any factor. Yeah. So if attachment he has given up, he is higher. If he has not given up attachment, you are saying he is lower. Sannyas is lower.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Mataji was saying something earlier to you. Yeah. Mataji, continue.
Guruji, I was saying that in sannyas he has given up the those karma karma, like those desires which are just satisfying his senses. So I felt that sannyas is higher, but after discussion of this thing, yes, attachment is more important. We need to see the attachment factor also, whether he's because of attachment or because of hardship. What is the reason of giving it up?
Okay.
That is
Okay.
also.
Okay. Anybody else has anything to say? Okay. Then let's see what comes ahead. Third, त्याज्यं दोषवद् इति एके कर्म प्राहुः मनीषिणः यज्ञदानतपः कर्म न त्याज्यम् इति चापरे. Yes, Chaitanya Prabhu, you want to read?
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Hmm.
Some great thinkers, Eka Manishniya, declare Prabhu that all work karma should be given up, Tyajyam, as faulty, doshavat. But others, Apare, say iti that acts of sacrifice, yajna, charity, dan, and penance, tapah karma, should never be given up. Na tyajyam.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So now here Krishna is again speaking about the opinion of others. So Manishinaha. So those who are Manishi, great with great intelligence. Okay. Like earlier it was said, Vibudhi and Vichakshanaha, like that. Here Manishinaha, those who are of very good intelligence, great thinkers, philosophers, like that. What some of them have said that Tyajyam Doshvaditi eke karma prahu. So they have said, Prahu. What they have said that Tyajyam doshvat karma. Karma is doshvat. It is always filled with some fault. Tyajyam. So one should give up that. Any kind of karma like that. So declare that all work, okay, all work, karma should be given up. Which are what the meaning of all work? Nitya and uh, kamya karma. Both. Okay. Both should be given up. Why? Because they are doshavat, faulty. This is first kind of thought. Okay. And second type of people, they are saying apare, others. What they are saying, natyajyam, should not be given up. What should not be given up? Activities like yajna, dana, tapah. Okay, these kind of karma should not be given up. Okay. Ahead it will come because it even purifies the great people, great souls, like that it will be said by Krishna. When he is saying his opinion, he will say, yeah, I also agree with the second opinion because this purifies even great souls, like that. Okay. Yeah, please read.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada, there are many activities in the Vedic literature which are subjects of contention. For instance, it is said that an animal can be killed in a sacrifice, yet some maintain that animal killing is completely abominable. Although animal killing in a sacrifice is recommended in the Vedic literature, the animal is not considered to be killed. The sacrifice is to give a new life to the animal. Sometimes the animal is given a new animal life after being killed in the sacrifice, and sometimes the animal is promoted immediately to the human form of life. But there are different opinions among the sages. Some says that animal killing should always be avoided, and others say that for a specific sacrifice it is good. All these different opinions on a sacrificial activity are now being clarified by the Lord himself.
Yeah, so example Prabhupada has given, for instance, like that. He has given an example of killing an animal with two views. Some say that they are going to have no, sorry, they are getting a new animal body, or they are going to get a human body. They will get elevated in consciousness. So it's good to be done. Some others say no, are you, how can you kill any living entity like that? So these two opinions are there. Yeah, yeah. Read this.
In this verse, the Lord describes other opinions about the meaning of tyaga. The Sankhya philosophers, Eka Manishinah, say that all activities described in the scripture because of being defective by inclusion of violence or other bad qualities should be given up completely. On the other hand, Shakas Apare say that activities such as sacrifice cannot be given up because they are prescribed by the scriptures.
Yeah, so Vishwanath Jadavkar is saying, who are these Manishina? Who are these philosophers? Is told here one kind of philosopher is Sankhya philosopher, who say that yes, there are 24 elements, but there is no Atma, there is no Bhagavan. All these things they don't accept, but they accept, yeah, there is Bhumi, Apa, Anolo, Vayu, Khamma, Mano, Buddhi, Evacha, Ahankar, Iti, Amme, Vinna, Prakritir, Ashtadha. From that Ashtadha, 8 elements, they actually derive 28 elements. That you can read the purport of that verse. So there are 24 elements, they will say, but after this, no, nothing is there. Don't talk about Atma, don't talk about Paramatma. All these things do not exist. That is Sankhya philosophy. Yeah. And on the other hand, there is other philosophy, other Manishina, other great thinkers like Mimamshakaha. They say that activities such as sacrifice cannot be given up because they are prescribed by the scriptures. So here Krishna will agree with the Mimamsaka philosophies when he will give his opinion, but does not mean that he is approving Mimamsaka philosophy is correct. Okay, so some part of the philosophy may be correct, which Krishna is accepting, but other parts are not true. Okay, okay. Fourth verse. निश्चयं शृणु मे तत्र त्यागे भरत सत्तम त्यागो हि पुरुष व्याघ्र त्रिविध samparikirtitah. Yeah, one thing I wanted to say, yeah, Vishwanath Chadakur is saying the third verse describes about tyaga. Okay, 18.3. Okay, so tyaga, which we studied earlier in the chart, what it means is being told about in third verse. Okay, so keep in mind. Nishchayam Shrinu Me Tatra. We read the verse. Yeah, please read the meaning. Yeah, Daya me Devki Mataji.
O best of Bharatas, hear from me the certainty regarding renunciations. O tiger among men, renunciation is indeed declared to be of three kinds.
Yeah. So now Krishna is giving his opinion, basically. So hear from me about what? About the Tyaga. Okay, Tyaga part. Mm. What? Tyaga samparikirtitah trividha. That Tyaga is actually of three types. Okay. Yeah, please read.
Although there are differences of opinion about renunciation, here the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, gives his judgment, which should be taken as final. After all, the Vedas are different laws given by the Lord. Here, the Lord is personally present, and and His word should be taken as final. The Lord says that the process of renunciation should be considered in terms of the modes of material nature in which it is performed.
Yeah, so now final verdict is being given by Krishna. Okay, being Supreme Personality Godhead. So Vedas are given by him, Vedant Krit. Uh, like that. He is the compiler or he is the origin of the Vedas. So here the Supreme is personally present and his words are final. So what he is saying is the process of renunciation should be considered in terms of modes of material nature, trigunaha, in which it is performed. So again, now Krishna is going to divide this three, as he said, three types of tyaga will be divided in three types based on the mode of goodness, ignorance, and passion. Yeah, please read.
In this verse, the Lord states his opinion. Tyag has three types in Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. The Lord delays describing these three types till verse 7 and then starts with a description of Tyag in the mode of Tamas. From the use of the word sannyas in describing tamasic Tyag in that verse, it is understood that Tyag and sannyas have the same meaning in the opinion of the Lord.
Yeah. So this we will see in many verses in this chapter. Krishna using Tyaga and Sannyas interchangingly. In one verse, he will speak about these two words together, all in the sense that they both are same actually. Okay, that is Krishna's opinion. Whereas the verse 2, where we drew the chart, was the opinion of others. Okay, yeah. So here he is saying, Vishwanath Chakravarti, that word Sannyas, in describing the Tamasic Tyaga in that verse, it is understood that Tyag and Sannyas have the same meaning. Okay. So Tyag is equal to Sannyas in the opinion of Lord. Okay, next verse. Yes, Himanshu, bro, you have question?
Project, this comparison which is going on, is it similar to what Krishna discussed? Because Arjun also asked in third chapter, like he was giving up, he was not fighting. So then there also Krishna in third chapter was explaining him that no, inactivity is uh, not better than doing your karma. So is that in similar lines?
No, now he is saying in the sense that how there is no difference between Tyag and Sannyas. Okay, there it was more about defining Sannyas actually. Now Arjuna question is very specific. What is the difference between Tyag and Sannyas? The first verse, that was the question specific. There he did not ask this. There he was telling action and inaction, which is better. Okay, so that was a question there, and accordingly Krishna answered. There was no difference between Tyag and Sannyas in third chapter or fifth chapter. There was only description about Sannyas. Now he is asking what is difference between Tyag and Sannyas, which Krishna will say there is no difference.
That action is also like Tyag only, no? Because
Which
he's doing
action?
activity, but he's not expecting result.
Which action is like Tyag?
Think in I don't remember the verse, but like the action which was mentioned over there, like karma yoga is also like
Huh.
you do your action,
Uh-huh.
but you don't expect result. So
Yeah,
then
that was said in the sense that Nishkam Karma Yoga, do like Janak Maharaj to set the example. Okay, do your activity, but don't be attached to the results, but Lok Sangraha, but for the sake of the people in this world, you do the activity so to set right example. So that was told Nishkam Karma is therefore higher because it is less risky, and when one has given up the activity, then there is more risk or more chance of falling down from the path of Gyan or Ashtanga Yoga. That's why continue on the path of Nishkam Karma Yoga. That was told by Krishna to Arjun, like that. So that was what told there. Okay.
okay.
Yeah. Fifth verse. Yagyadana tapah karma natyajam karmyam ev tat yajno danam tapaschaiva pavanani manishunam. Yes. Yeah. Himanshu, you want to read?
Activities of sacrifice, yajna, charity, dan, and penance, tapakarma, are never to be given up. Natyajam. They must certainly be done. Karmam eva. Indeed, cha eva, sacrifice yajna, charity, danam, and penance, tapa, are purifying pavanani, even for great souls.
Yeah.
Manishi.
Yeah. So here Krishna is saying that his opinion is that these activities should not be given up because it's purifying pavanani manishinam. Yeah, please read.
The yogis should perform acts for the advancement of human society. There are many purificatory processes for advancing a human being to spiritual life. The marriage ceremony, for example, is considered to be one of these sacrifices. It is called vivaya. Should a sannyasi who is in the renounced order of life and who has given up his family relations encourage the marriage ceremony? The Lord says here that any sacrifice which is meant for human welfare should never be given up. Vivayagya, the marriage ceremony, is meant to regulate the human mind so that it may become peaceful for spiritual advancement.
Yeah, so Krishna is saying that the yogis, basically he is describing the karma yogi, who is there in the first six chapters, should perform acts for the advancement of human society. Okay, like lok sangraha, or whichever is for the welfare of the society, like that. Yeah. So pavanani manishinaha, and even it's purifying for themselves. So there are many purificatory processes. One example is taken by Srila Prabhupada. Like we know there are many uh, mm, samskaras to be done for purification, starting from Garbhadan samskar, then whatever birth ceremony, janma, and then there is namakaran samskar, and then many are there like that. So and then till Antyeshti, till the last samskar. So in between there is Vivaha samskar also. So it is for the purpose here, like here he is saying, considered to be done uh, for regulating the human mind. Okay, regulating the human mind so that we can focus on spiritual life more. Okay, yeah. So should a sannyasi who is in the renounced order do this like Prabhupada himself? He himself actually got his disciples married actually. So generally in Vedic customs it is not encouraged to do like that, but Prabhupada is giving here the argument that it should be done because it's for the welfare of the society, okay, and welfare for the devotees like that. Yeah, please read.
For most men, this Vivayagya should be encouraged even by persons in the renounced order of life. Sannyasis should never associate with women, but that does not mean that one who is in the lower stages of life, a young man, should not accept a wife in the marriage ceremony. All the prescribed sacrifices are meant for achieving the supreme law. Therefore, in the lower stages, they should not be given up. Similarly, charity is for the purification of heart. If charity is not given to suitable persons, as described previously, it leads one to advanced spiritual life.
Yeah, so just because one is himself a sannyasi or a brahmachari, he should not think that the whole world should wear saffron cloth. World should be only brahmachari and sannyasi. There is no better other ashram than this, what is my ashram. So that is not good for spiritual advancement. That is more of ahankara or I-centric, thinking that I am the best. Or my, like Prabhupada says, na, that my nation is best, India is the best, or the whatever that ijja buddhi, Bhashimad Bhagavatam says. So that is the same thing. If one says like that, that yes, brahmacharis are the best, sannyasis are the best, and others are fallen like that. So if somebody says like that, then he is much easier to enter spiritual life actually. Okay, so sannyasi should never associate with women. That principle is correct because the example given in the Shastra itself is of the butter and the fire. Okay, so they should not be brought together. Okay, like that. But the association which is spoken of in that verse is a different kind of association than what is being spoken here in the marriage ceremony. Okay, here the sannyasi is getting that woman married to somebody who is qualified. Okay, that is here the context. So the same thing, same should be applied in the same context. Should not be taken out of the context and applied in other place. Okay. So the otherwise will not reach to we'll have many confusions otherwise basically. So yeah, so a young man he should accept a wife if that is his necessity for advancing in his spiritual life. That's what Prabhupada is saying. Yeah. charity, another example he has given. So it also is important, and it's the duty of grihasthas. Many places Prabhupada has said. So suitable persons should be given, as we read in the previous chapter, the charity in the mode of goodness, how it is given to Brahman at the suitable time and with at a clean place, like that, in a very respectful way. So many things were said. Yeah. Yeah, please read.
According to the Lord, even among kamya karmas, optional, those sacrifices, charities, and austerities which are sattvic in nature should be performed without desires for result. Note, thus, in the second verse, sannyas was defined as giving up kamya karmas. This is explained in this verse. Sacrifice, austerity, and charity must be done because they cause purification of the consciousness.
Yeah, so Vishwanath Chakravarti is saying that what the Krishna, what are here in this verse, Krishna is saying is even among kama karma, which are actually optional activities done for a particular desire, with a particular desire, like going to heaven or having a son, like that. Okay, so even among kama karmas, those sacrifices, charities, austerities, which are sattvic in nature, should be performed. Okay, they should be done. Which kind of activities? Even the kama karmas. Among the kama karmas, those which are sattvic and should be performed. But how they should be done? Without desire for results. Okay, not for the results or not with the motive of results, but the activity should be done. Okay, that is Krishna's opinion. So he is favoring the understanding of the word sannyas, which was told earlier, basically. Okay, that activity is done, but without attachment to the results. Okay, that is in sattva, is in goodness. Later he will tell, as it was told, 8th verse onwards, it will be told. But here Vishwanath Chakravarti is giving a hint of that, that which is in sattvic activities, even among the kama karmas, should be done. Rajasic kama karma and tamasic kama karma can be given up. Obviously, the activity is given up. There is no question of results. So here, that sannyasi is better, who has been doing activity, okay, because it is in goodness and he does not seek the results. Okay, like that. Whereas, according to Krishna, again he will say Tyag and Sannyas actually are not much different. Okay, whereas in the second verse, when we saw that chart, so the Tyaga definition given by others was that he is giving up the activity as well as the results, if you remember. Okay, let's go back to that. Yeah, so Tyaga, the activity is not given up of the Kama Karma. Okay, sannyas, they have given up the activity, and here the result is also surely not going to be there. This part is same, below part, and above is he has the Tyaga person has not given up the activity of Kama Karma, and he has given up the result. So what Krishna is saying, that this person, the Tyaga, and the person compared to the sannyasa who has given up the activity itself, this person who has not given up the activity, which is sattvic. Okay, I'm not writing here because that concept will come again, otherwise we will get confused. The second verse chart is this. Okay, so basically for understanding, the sattvic part of the activity should not be given up. If that sattvic part of activity is also given up, like maybe in sannyas we can say, then that is not good. Why? What is the reason? Pavanani Manishina, because that sattvic kind of activity will purify even the great souls. Okay, that is the reason given here. Okay. So that's what here Bhanuswami Maharaj is writing in the footnote. In the second verse, sannyas was defined as giving up kami karmas. Okay. This is explained in this verse. The sacrifice, austerity, charity must be done because they cause purification of the consciousness. So in this chart, where it was described just given up and not given up, so it's very, very important to understand what was given up. If the given up was Rajasic and Tamasic, then that sannyas becomes higher. If not given up was Tamasic and Rajasic not given up, then sannyas becomes higher. Okay, and if not given up becomes Sattvic in Tyag, then Tyag becomes higher. So it all depends on what is given up, what is not given up. So we have the two categories, sattvic and tamasic. Sattvic and is one category, tamasic and rajasic is another category of kami karmas. Okay, like that. So here we are not putting those factors into, okay, because this is the opinion of Krishna in fifth verse. Yeah, so that's what here last he is saying that where it is. Yeah, here. So this sacrifice, austerity, and charity, these are all sattvic kamya karma. Okay, and they are not to be given up. That is Krishna's opinion. Okay, why? Because Pavanani Manishina, purification of the consciousness happens by that. So basically in Tyag and Sannyas, we have to see what the person has given up and why he has given up. And even in Tyag, we have to see the same thing. What he has given, whether he gave up Rajasic and Tamasic or he gave up Sattvic. What did he give up? Okay, like that. Yeah, any question is there? Yes, Gayatri Mataji, you raised hand. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. 18.4 in the commentary, I have doubt.
Yeah. Yeah. What is the question?
Prabhuji, 18.4 in the commentary, the last part I'm not clear with, like from the use of the word sannyas in describing tamasic tyag. So what is that tamasic tyag? I'm not able to understand it.
18.4.
Yeah, the previous one, the last one.
Yeah, just seeing what was the verse. Yeah, three types of tyag was mentioned. Okay. So from the use of word sannyas in describing tamasic tyag in that verse. Okay, what was the in this verse the Lord states his opinion. Tyag has three types. Okay, the Lord delays describing these three types till verse 7. And then starts with the description of tyag in mode of tamas. Okay. From the use of the word sannyas in describing tamasic tyag in that verse, it is understood that Tyag and Sannyas have the same meaning in the opinion of the Lord. Yeah. So what is the question, Mataji?
Actually, I'm not able to understand like the relation like sannyas from the word sannyas in describing tamasic tyag. So exactly what is that tamasic tyag? I'm not able to understand because then
Yeah,
it is mentioned, it is understood that tyag and sannyas have the same meaning. Like so, because I'm not able to understand that tamasic tyag, so I'm not able to further understand.
yeah. This we will get to know in the 8th verse. Okay, 18.8, when verse will come, Krishna will describe about the mode of tamas tyag. Okay, then we will understand this term more clearly. As of now, it means that those activities which are tamasic are given up or not given up. Okay, that is what the factor is. Okay, more we will see and understand there only. But in essence, Vishwanath Thakur is saying that whatever Lord is going to describe, the conclusion of his will be Tyag and Sannyas are same. Okay, they are not very much different. That's what Krishna's conclusion is going to be. Why? Because he is going to define this Sannyas and Tyag in certain way that they both will become equal. Okay, so like here, the second verse chart which we had, na. So given up, what is given up? Suppose we say sannyas, they have given up rajasic and tamasic, they have given up. And tyaga, we say not given up sattvic. Okay, okay, sattvic. They have not given up sattvic and they have given up rajasic and tamasic. So are they equal or not?
Sattvic and he has given up the sattvic tyag. Yeah.
No, nobody has given up sattvic. See, this person sannyas, he has given up rajasic and tamasic. What
Yes.
he has not given up?
Sattvic.
Okay, and what is written here? Not given up what?
Sattvic.
That means what he has given up?
Rajasic and tamasic.
So are they equal?
Yes.
Yeah, that is Krishna's definition.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, sixth verse. Etani api tu karmani sangam tyaktva phalani cha कर्तव्यानि इति मे पार्थ निश्चितं मतम उत्तमम. Yes, Gayatri Mati, you can read. Okay.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Please read.
But even these activities, etani apitu karmani, should be done as duty, kartavyani, giving up, tyaktva, attachment, sangam, and also the results, phalani cha, of O son of Pritha, Partha, that is my definite, nishchitam, and best, uttamam, opinion, me, matam.
Yeah, so now Krishna is speaking about his opinion again. But these activities, etani apitu karmani, should be done as duty, kartavyani. So as we understand, duty means it's again mode of goodness factor. Others are not able to do it as a duty. Okay. Okay. So even these activities, what are these activities referring to? Dan, tapah, and what is one more? Yagya. Yagya, dan, tapah. These sattvic activities, kama karmas basically, should be done as duty. Why? And what else? Yeah, giving up sangam, tyaktva, giving up attachment. Attachment to what? And also the results. Giving up attachment to the activity as well as the results. Both. Okay, both activity as well as results, the attachment should be given up. Okay, that's why it is in the mode of goodness, and that's why the factor of duty is coming up. So there is no attachment to fruits or the activity, both. That's why it is the higher one. O son of Pritha, this is my definite opinion. Okay, please read.
Although all sacrifices are purifying, one should not expect any result by such performances. In other words, all sacrifices which are meant for material advancement in life should be given up, but sacrifices that purify one's existence and elevate one to the spiritual plane should not be stopped. Everything that leads to Krishna consciousness must be encouraged. In the Srimad Bhagavatam also, it is said that any activity which leads to devotional service to the Lord should be accepted. That is the highest criterion of religion. A devotee of the Lord should accept any kind of work, sacrifice, or charity which will help him in discharge of the devotional service to the Lord.
Yeah. So Prabhupada is giving a devotional purport here that all the sacrifices are purifying. Although all are purifying, one should not expect any result by such performances. Okay. Nishkam bhav. Okay. So all sacrifices which are meant for material advancement, okay, which are not helpful in spiritual advancement, are not favorable for spiritual advancement, should be given up. Okay. Pratikulasya varjanam. And that which is favorable should be accepted. Anukulasya sankalpaha. Okay, like that. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Baldevidya Bhushan. Seventh verse. Niyatasya tu sannyasah karmano nopapadyate mohatasya parityagah tamasah parikirtitah. Okay. Santosh Bro, you can read.
Renunciation, sannyasa, of prescribed activities, niyatasya karmana, is never proper, now upapadyate. The giving up parityaga of such duty out of illusion, mohat, is declared parikirtita, to be in the mode of ignorance, tamasa.
Yeah. So renunciation of prescribed activities. Sannyasa of what? Niyatasya karma. Nitya karma basically. Okay. Niyat means what is that? Fixed something. Niyat is like fixed. Oh, Prabhupada. Yeah, prescribed. Yes. That which is prescribed, which is not kama karma, which is actually obligatory. It's not optional. Okay. Obligation. Obligatory duties. Nitya karmas basically. Is never proper. Okay. You should not be given up anytime. The giving up of such duty out of illusion, mohat, is declared to be in ignorance. Okay. So out of moha, illusion, okay, if he has given up, that is renunciation in the mode of ignorance. Yeah, please read.
Work for material satisfaction must be given up, but activities which promote one to spiritual activity, like cooking for the Supreme Lord and offering the food to the Lord, and then accepting the food, are recommended. It is said that a person in the renounced order of life should not cook for himself. Cooking for oneself is prohibited, but cooking for the Supreme Lord is not prohibited. Similarly, a sannyasi may perform a marriage ceremony to help his disciple in the advancement of Krishna consciousness. If one renounces such activities, it is to be understood that he is acting in the mode of darkness.
Yeah, so if he has given up the activity which is helping him advance in spiritual life, that is mode of darkness. Okay, that is one devotional outlook. And then here Prabhupada is saying work for material satisfaction must be given up. Basically, those which are for bhakti, basically sense gratification, and taking us away from Krishna consciousness, they should be given up like that. Yeah.
Now the Lord is
Yeah, just 1 minute. Yeah, Baldev Vidyavishan already actually Prabhupada has covered. I'm just seeing if any important point is there. Okay, yeah. Yeah, please read.
These Now the Lord speaks of the three types of tyaga that he promised to explain in three verses. One should give up karmic karmas because they lead to bondage. But one should not renounce nitya and naimittika karmas such as the 5 daily sacrifices. Note, there are 5 Panchamahayagyas: offering to Brahmana by chanting of the Vedas, offering to the Devas by Archana, offering to the Pitras by Tarpan, offering to guests by food, and offerings to animals by food. Nitya karmas are those prescribed for daily performances, and naimittika are those prescribed periodically, such as monthly or yearly.
Yeah, so he is speaking, Lord is speaking of three types of tyaga. Okay, that he promised to explain in three verses earlier. Okay, in the fourth verse he told he will explain ahead. So now this verse onwards he is first speaking about the mode of ignorance, renunciation. Okay, so one should give up kama karmas because they lead to bondage. Okay, that kind of kama karma. But one should not renounce nitya naimittika karma. Okay, that kind of activities, obligatory duties are not to be given up. That's what here the verse is saying. Correct. So one renunciation of prescribed or obligatory duties is never accepted. Giving up such duties is out of illusion. Like that. Yeah. Yeah, please read.
These should not be given up because they produce liberation through the knowledge inherent in them from aiming at Atma, and they enable one to continue to support the material body. A person worshipping the Devtas, who are vibhutis of the Lord, can accomplish maintenance of his body for pursuing knowledge of the truth by taking the purified remnants. If a person does the opposite of what was stated in chapter 3, in such statements as Niyatam Kuru Karmatvam, and gives up those duties completely, Parityaga, out of lack of knowledge, Moha, thinking they will cause bondage, it is in the tamasic mode, since the Moha is the quality of the mode of ignorance.
Yeah, so the kama karma uh, should be given up, especially in the mode of tamoguna, and sattvic activities like nitya and naimittik karma, which are described here, should not be given up. These are the 2 points. Eighth verse. Dukkham iti eva yat karma kaya klesha bhayat त्यजेत स कृत्वा राजसं त्यागम नैव त्यागा phalam labhet. Yeah, Santosh, your question?
Yes. Approaching, giving up of this daily Panch Mahayagyas, it is here. So many times we read verses like that verse, Anarkin Karuna Rinica Rajan, Gato Mukandam, period. That verse. So such verses, and we see the great devotees, they give up these activities as well. So how to understand for our for ourselves and for devotional life?
Yeah, this section is basically for those who are having qualification for Karma Yoga. Okay, this whole section 1 to 12 verse is summary of Karma Yoga section, not Bhakti Yoga section. So these things, whatever is mentioned, okay, these are for specifically those who are qualified for Karma Yoga. Okay, either they are doing Sakam Karma Yoga or Nishkam Karma Yoga. For them it is. For the verse which you quoted, the Varshi Bhutaptanidam Pitrinam, I am Rino Kinkarona Rajan. So that verse is for devotees. Okay, and that is not to be compared here. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so here is the Karma
Saying
Yoga
we should
practitioner should
follow
not
it,
giving up.
right?
We should
Okay.
follow the same, like we should not be too much attached to these
We should not be.
karmic. We should not. We need not perform the daily these panchma yagyas. It is
Yeah. As devotees, we don't do this. We do our limbs of bhakti like that. And Prabhupada explained it. Na? This he said, whichever is favorable for our bhakti, like he said, one example is marriage ceremony, like that. So he's saying that whichever is favorable for our bhakti, that we accept, like that. Okay, he said here also, cooking for oneself is not is prohibited, but for cooking for Supreme Lord is not prohibited. So cooking for Krishna we can do like that, and we can take prasad. So he is saying even though some of these activities which devotees do may come into the range of the karma kanda or the karma activities like marriage ceremonies, various ceremonies, and as well as this cooking and all is not to be done by sannyasis, but many times it is done because it is favorable for Krishna consciousness. So for a devotee, the simple principle is whatever is anukul he accepts, whatever is not anukul, whatever is pratikul, then he rejects. Okay, that is a very simple principle, and angas of bhakti is the highest priority, like Shravanam, Kirtanam, all these things. Other of these five Panch Mahayagya is specifically told for Karma Yogi. For devotee, these are not prescribed. Okay. If any one of them happen to be favorable for bhakti, like if one does not do this and family becomes very upset and his devotional service is getting choked and he is not able to do bhakti nicely, then he should do this five Panch Mahayagyas because his bhakti is the highest principle, which is getting unfavored by not doing it. So it depends on the time, place, circumstance. Okay. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Very good.
Prabhuji, I had one question.
Yes, Mati.
This tarpan people do, and it is said that one should do tarpan. But sometimes it is said that devotees need not do all these things.
No, Krishna is uh, saying here that one should do it for Lok Sangraha. Even Prabhupada has told in that purport, you can read the purport of Bhagavad Gita where he is giving an example of Janak Maharaj. He did the activities for setting the example. So basically, one may not have the faith in that activity of Tarpan or doing Shraddha. Okay, and it's understood that one need not do it, but because it does not set a good example in the community, in the society, that these devotees are not following even Vedic principles properly, and they are claiming to be devotees and all such things. It does not set a good example, and they get a unfavorable impression of devotees and bhakti, and they go away from bhakti. So that can be done as a preaching act basically, because to set example, others will say, oh yeah, he does Vedic activity also. He's proper follower of all the rituals, and then they will become closer to bhakti. But if one does it thinking that, oh, if I do not do Shraddha and Tarpan, then something bad will happen with me, and my bhakti will be not, I cannot progress properly in devotional service. Otherwise, some pitris or some demigods will get offended if I do not do all these things. If he thinks like that, then his bhakti is getting covered. Gyan karma adi avritam. It's happening, getting covered. So his faith in bhakti will reduce even less. It will become. Okay, so it depends on what basis he is doing. That somebody does it thinking that let me do it so that others will come closer to Krishna consciousness and they don't get a doubt in path of bhakti. Then it is favorable like that. Is it okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So this will be described in Nectar of Devotion when we read the first chapter. It will come. Yeah. Yes. Sarveshwari Radhikamate, you want to read this translation?
Yes, Prabhuji. If one gives up a prescribed work, yet karma, saying iti iva, it is troublesome, dukkham, or out of fear, bhayar, of bodily trouble, kaya klesha, he performs kritva, renunciation, tyagam, in the mode of passion, rajasam. Such a person gives and never gains, na eva dabet, the result phalam of renunciation, tyaga.
Yeah. So now renunciation in mode of passion is described here. Okay, so earlier renunciation in mode of ignorance was told, now passion. So prescribed work if somebody gives up, not about kama karma, but obligation, obligatory duties, nitya and namittiki karma. If he gives up thinking that, oh, it is very difficult, it's very troublesome, lot, and he has some fear of bodily trouble, then it is in passion. Yeah, please read.
One who is in Krishna consciousness should not give up earning money out of fear that he is performing fruitive activities. If by working one can engage his money in Krishna consciousness, or if by rising early in the morning one can advance his transcendental Krishna consciousness, one should not desist out of fear or because such activities are considered troublesome. Such renunciation is in the mode of passion. The result of passionate work is always miserable. If a person renounces work in that spirit, he never gets the result of renunciation.
Yeah, so one should not give up the prescribed duties, saying that it is troublesome. Example here, Prabhupada is giving one thinks, Grihastha thinks, oh, the working is very troublesome. I don't want to work. Then such result of passionate work will be always miserable. He will not be able to maintain his family, himself also, like that. Okay, and he will be setting a bad example in the society, like that. Yeah, and another thing here, Prabhupada is saying that the positive part, if one does the work thinking that I am going to engage this income or part of the income in Krishna consciousness or rising early in the morning and then attending Mangalarti, all these things, then it is favorable and these are, even though troublesome, should be done like that because the fruits or the results are being engaged in Krishna service. Yeah. Okay. We will read this. Yeah. Please read.
Even knowing that performing prescribed actions with no desire is a cause of liberation, if the desirer of liberation gives up those actions out of fear of bodily pain, kaya klesha bhayat, such as having difficulties to obtain the materials for sacrifice or disliking the discomfort of a morning bath, his renunciation is in the mode of passion. Since such experience of discontent is the quality of the mode of passion, having given up the actions, that person will not attain steadiness in jnana, tyaga phalam, which is the result of performance of the action.
Yeah, this we discussed almost same. Prabhupada explained it. कार्यम इति एव यत्कर्म नित्यतं क्रियते अर्जुन संगम त्यक्त्वा फलं चैव सत्यागा सात्विको मतः. Yeah, you have question, Santosh?
Yes, Praveen.
Yeah.
So both are related questions. The first question is like if one is doing activities and he is earning money, but the work that he is doing is of Shudra's work. For example, technology, which Srila Prabhupada many a times say that's a Shudra work. But he is engaging his money in Krishna consciousness. So will that make him achieve perfection.
Yeah, he will attain perfection. Prabhupada will himself tell in the next purport or next to next purport that that person is more than a sannyasi, like that he will say. The person who is engaging in a work in a factory and doing ugra karma, but at the same time he is engaging his income in Krishna service. He is better than a sannyasi, he will say now.
And
Yeah.
then he gives up work, then
Which work?
and then he has to that Shudra's work he gives up, and he
Uh,
tries to engage himself full time in service. Then what is
Actually, your
better?
voice is breaking. What I heard is he gives up the Shudra work and he engages in
Yes,
what?
engages in full time serving somehow that. Then which is better?
Yeah,
Like
basically, we have to see what are his responsibilities. If he has a responsibility of a family or a mother or parents to take care, or a sister to marry, get married, like that. If he has some responsibilities, if he has given up that responsibility and doing service full time, like that in temple also, it is not encouraged. And even as a management, they will not accept such a person. And even Krishna is saying that one who is giving up his prescribed duty like that. Obviously, this is for the karma yogi, but as Prabhupada is explaining that whatever is favorable for Krishna consciousness, he should do. And if only he has to suppose do this full-time seva, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has set the example in the case of Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. So he told him that till the time your parents are there, serve them nicely, and after that you come to Vrindavan, like that. So, and another point is that the person is doing Shudra work or not is not decided by the work he is doing. It's decided whether he is engaging the fruits of the work in Krishna consciousness or not. Okay, so even though externally it may look that oh, he is doing a software job, he is doing work in a factory, but it's not a Shudra job because he is engaging it in Krishna consciousness, like that, and he is taking care of Krishna conscious family, like that. Okay.
Prabhuji, I
Yeah.
have a doubt. Um, uh, since you mentioned that if it doesn't matter where you are working, it's how you are engaging the result, like the money or the service. And many times it happens like if you are from a hotel industry or some other industry. So usually in hotel industry, Prabhuji, we have one regulative principle that we should not meat eating, no meat eating thing is there, and we should
Mm.
not
Yeah.
encourage that message. But hotel industry nowadays is based on majorly, even if starts with a Jain restaurant or Jain resort or something, but it ends up into something where you have to compromise according to the customer. And if they demand, and it is a now it is like majorly demanded in non-veg, they need it, and smoking zone they need it, even drinking they demand that. So what one should do, who belongs to a hotel industry, should that person leave that job and look for something other, or just continue with it and offer the results, because
Yeah.
somehow or
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
supporting some,
Somehow or other.
we are supporting this meat eating and intoxication, everything, like we are
Mm.
serving that direction. So
Yeah. Yeah.
what
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. So basically, yeah, anything can be done. Meant that obviously not breaking regulative principles directly, but we have to see the situation of the person also. Actually, we cannot just make a blanket statement. These are to be guided by his superior or his guru. Basically, they should get personal guidance from them and then come to a decision. Okay, because nowadays the things are not very easy also to get a job and at the same time doing a business and all. I'm not very much aware, but these are very difficult things nowadays, and get some profit and then do some work under somebody. So somebody, if suppose he is working like one of the friends, uh, they were saying that their sister is working in a software company which designs softwares for casinos. Basically, the America's second biggest casino. They are designing software for them. So now she is a client in that project. Not sir, not client. He is the part of the project of whose client is this casino. So now, if that person says that, yeah, okay, this casino is this, I'm doing this software job for this, better you change my project. So that manager will say it's very easy to change you instead of changing your project, and there are 10 people waiting for her job. Okay, so it's very easy to say on words or write on a paper or in theory that people should not be engaging in this kind of activities. But we can ask the other side of it also. For Brahmachari, Chaitan Mahaprabhu has said, for sannyasi, Chaitan Mahaprabhu has said also that bhalo na khaibe, bhalo na paribe, gramme varta na koribe. How much are they following it? That is what we have to ask other side of it also. Those people who are saying that the grihasthas or those who are doing this job, they are actually engaging in all this ugra karma. They are engaging in all this breaking regulatory principles. So the our question was also that how much are you spending time for their upliftment? How much are okay? Leave all that. How much you are engaging in helping them? Are you taking out even 1 minute of yours to pray for them? That let them get a suitable job for Krishna consciousness. You are not ready to take out even 1 minute. Then what is the liberty you have got to comment on their lifestyle? And it's right if they comment back कि आपको पता नहीं प्रभु जी. So that is right actually. प्रभु जी को पता नहीं है what they are undergoing. So that is right. Yeah. So this is the different two scenarios are there on the side of both renounced order as well as the grihastha order. So we have to understand that everybody is having some difficulty. We cannot say that yeah, brahmachari can engage anything and everything in Krishna consciousness because there is a principle of yukta vairagya. No, yukta vairagya is not such a loose principle if we read it properly. Nirbandha Krishna sambandhe. Okay, first of all the activities has to be done only for Krishna. Okay. So three factors are there. It's very difficult to follow, and we are not even touching it also. So it's very easy to make comments like this that oh, he's breaking regulatory principles by working in that job or doing that kind of thing. So it should be dealt with very maturely by a mature person. Okay, loose comments are not very much helpful in this regard. So these are few things actually. Yeah. Is it okay, Mataji?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay, ninth verse. Yeah, somebody was going to read the translate. We read the shloka. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji.
Actually, I have one question regarding like giving donation. This
Mm-hmm.
may not be a part of this, but just recently I faced some issue. Currently, I have been shipped in another department in my company. Previously, for long years, I was in a different department where I don't have like connection directly with outside people. So as of now, I'm somewhere else. So I don't have an issue like different like related with my work, but here if I say directly, so here is one outlet of the company, and this area is it's majorly it is with other part of the society. You can understand. So
We will take the
last I
question after the class, Prabhuji. A little personal question it is, I think. Yeah. So is it
oh,
okay if we take after the class because everybody may not
yeah no
need to
no
hear it?
no
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
no
Yes.
yeah
So we will just complete this verse, then we'll end the class, and then we will take and miss before ending. We will take your question after everybody leaves.
yeah
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. Yeah. Short purport. Okay. So, Pratik Bro, you can read the translation.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. O Arjun, when prescribed work, yat nityam
Niyatam.
karma
Yeah, niyatam.
is performed, kriyate, only because it ought to be done, karyam iti eva, giving up tvaktva, attachment, sangam, and also the fruit, phalam cha eva, that renunciation, tyaga, is considered mataha to be in mode of goodness, sattvika.
Yeah. So now Krishna is speaking about the third one, the renunciation in the mode of goodness. Okay. So what are the characteristics? It ought to be done. Basically, the duty bound mentality. So I have to do it as a duty. Okay. Giving up the attachment to fruits. Okay. And the work itself. That renunciation is considered to be in the mode of goodness. Okay. What this should be prescribed work. Okay. Not about kama karma. That is not being said here. Okay. So prescribed, obligatory duties. All three were for that thing. Okay. Obligatory duties. Yeah, please read.
Prescribed duties must be performed with this mentality. One should act without attachment for the results. He should be disassociate from the modes of work. A man working in Krishna consciousness in a factory does not associate himself with the work of the factory, nor with the workers of the factory. He simply works for Krishna, and when he gives up the result for Krishna, he is acting transcendentally.
Yeah, so basically the context is the prescribed duties here, not the kama karma. So they should be performed with this mentality. What mentality? It ought to be done. Duty bound mentality. Okay, and not attached to the fruits. Okay, one should act without attachment for the result. He should be disassociated from the modes of work, like that. So example he has given, that person working in a factory. So he is like if Krishna he said, na, he's in the world but not of the world. Okay, that person is liberated. Okay, so he is Jivan Mukta. Like that, this person also. He is in the factory but not of the factory, does not belong to the factory because his mind is always thinking about Krishna, like that. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave instructions to Raghunath Das Goswami like that. So you may be there in the family affairs like that, but always you can think of Krishna like that. So giving the example of a paramour. Yeah. So he simply works for Krishna like that. So then he is not materially but transcendentally situated like that. Yeah, please read.
As much as prescribed actions are done daily with the idea that they should be done, karyam, they should be performed giving up identification as the doer, sangam, and giving up all the results, phalam. That type of renunciation is in mode of goodness, since such awareness is in the mode of goodness.
Yeah. Karma with the idea that they should be done, karyam. Okay, they have to be done. They should be performed giving up the identification as doer, that I am the doer. Okay, like that. And giving up all the attachment to the results. That is in the goodness. Okay, so this we will take in the next session tomorrow, 10th verse. Okay. Anybody has any question? Okay.
Hare Krishna,
So yes,
Prabhuji,
yeah.
one question. So this sannyasa is the not the I mean it is not specifically the sannyas which somebody takes, right? It is the concept of sannyas, right, Prabhuji?
Correct. Yeah. Not
So,
not somebody takes means the Krishna consciousness sannyas, that is very different. Okay. This is about Veda sannyas. What is there for the Karma Yogi going for the Jnana Yoga path or Ashtanga Yoga? That sannyas is being spoken about. Nothing to do with Krishna consciousness.
Prabhuji, one more thing. So somewhere in the lecture, somewhere I heard that the Mayavadi sannyasis, they even give up their sacred thread. So that is some kind of uh, what we can say indication that they will not be engaging in the any sort of work. So is it, I mean, is it the other sannyas which Krishna was talked about, like giving up all the kamya and the other karmas as well?
I don't know this what you are saying about. So the details and all we have to know before commenting. I don't know
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, Mahavan going through. You had some question. You can say. Yeah. Others may leave. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.